Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer and I'm the health coach and registered dietitian for HealthTeam Advantage group. Today on our cooking demonstration, we are going to be doing an egg muffin bake. And it's super easy, convenient, and very simple ingredients. We will be using a muffin tin. I have a stoneware muffin tin. You can use glass, you can use metal, doesn't matter. What you do want to make sure that you have is some nonstick spray so that you can liberally spray these. So what we're going to do is go over the ingredients. So a quarter teaspoon of ground pepper, quarter teaspoon of salt, 6 whole eggs. So I've cracked those in here. We're going to mix them up after. It's nice to crack your eggs in a separate bowl to start with. That way, if there are any shells, that you can try to fish those out before they're incorporated into everything. And I'm pretty notorious for doing that. 1 cup of frozen spinach. Now, in terms of using the frozen spinach, I have to put that in the colander and squeeze out the extra moisture so that there's not a lot of extra water in when we're baking it, okay? So this is a little bit over 1 cup just because I had a little to spare and I didn't want to waste it. We'll talk about substitutions that you can make in a minute in the particular recipe. We have 1/4 of a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt is a really fabulous item to have on hand just to eat for breakfast by itself as an option because it is packed with protein. Typically in a serving there is about 18 grams of protein. There's no added sugars and it's very low in calories. So great way to get some really nutrient dense protein into you. We have a 1/4 cup of a grated Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese also acts as giving it a little bit of extra protein, but it'll give it a nice tanginess in terms of the flavor. If you're not partial to Parmesan cheese, we'll talk about that as well. Now, the other item is 4 egg whites. I used pasteurized egg whites in a container, so I measured out 12 tablespoons of those egg whites. And the reason I did that instead was because I did not want to waste the egg yolks. So again, 6 regular eggs and 4 egg whites. You could do it however you desire to do it, and if you just want to use whole eggs, that's fine. With this particular recipe as is, it provides about 50 calories per muffin and 6 grams of protein. So a really great way to get some protein in the morning. You can have a couple of them, very low in calories. And another thing is it gives you fiber with your vegetables. Now, if you are not partial to spinach, you can add whatever vegetables you want. I am a huge vegetable fan and love to incorporate vegetables into eggs. It's a great way to start your day and get some of those bright colors, antioxidants, fiber into your system. You could add mushrooms, you could add diced onions, diced peppers, red peppers, green peppers, whatever your heart desires, and that works great. Now, in terms of the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, I would stick with that because your other yogurts are going to give you some flavor, some sweetness. Non-fat Greek plain yogurt has a little bit of a bitter punch to it and a little bit of sour, so it's really going to give it a nice creaminess in terms of blending it all and not give it a sweet flavor. In terms of the Parmesan cheese, if you want to vary up the cheese, you can do that. You could do your own shredded cheddar cheese. That would be nice in it as well. A little bit of a Monterey Jack, Colby cheese, whatever your preference is. But today, for the sake of the recipe and the nutrition content, I'm going to stick with that. In terms of my equipment, I have a bowl, I have a whisk, I have a rubber spatula, and a spoon. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add the 6 eggs. Okay, I'm gonna whisk that just a little bit before I start incorporating some of the other ingredients. Okay. So I've got those nicely blended. I'm gonna add the other egg whites. Okay, I'm gonna add the non-fat Greek yogurt. The salt and pepper. Okay, and I am gonna whisk that. So we have left the Parmesan cheese and the spinach that we did not add to this egg mixture. What I forgot to mention at the beginning is that I have my oven preheating at 350 degrees. Okay, I'm gonna blend this up really nicely, get it all incorporated in here. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this muffin tin. We are going to scoop out and kind of flatten at the bottom. We're gonna scoop out about a tablespoon. I'm just gonna make sure that I evenly do it and I use up all of this fantastic spinach. So now I've got about a tablespoon, maybe a tiny bit more of the spinach pressed on the bottom. Now what we're gonna do, try not to make too much of a mess, I am going to pour out in there, try to evenly fill up these muffin cups. And then what we're gonna do is take and nicely sprinkle on about a tablespoon of this cheese on top of the egg mixture. Again, you could use a different type of cheese if you prefer. This is gonna give a nice punch to the egg. Okay. All right, so then what we're gonna do, we're gonna pop this in at 350 degrees. All right, everybody, the egg muffins have cooked for 25 minutes at 350 degrees. I let them sit for a few minutes before I tried to remove them from the muffin tin. They are a nice golden brown on top, and as you can see, I've cut into one. You've got a great amount of spinach there. You can refrigerate these and have them throughout the week. You can have a couple servings of them, gives you a nice protein. You can vary your vegetables. You can also freeze them if you would like. But again, nice, simple, prepare ahead, have them throughout the week to simplify your cooking. Thank you so much for joining us.